right. So a lot has happened since last fall. Where would you like to start?
I feel strong when I hear your words. Right or wrong.
That time off was so important, not only for my body, but just for my mind.
'Cause there's something about
It's really exciting to feel like I'm in this new place, I'm starting this new journey.
For so long, all I've thought about is Kelsey, the volleyball player. And now I get to think about who I want to be beyond the court.
got my feet on the ground. I won't let you down. I'm staying right here.
My grandma, she had made this little notebook, scrapbook for me. And all this, she found like a Paris thing, got all the little arts and crafts stuff, and made this interesting scrapbook. My mom and I, some candids. Looking back on these moments, it's really special for me because I didn't compete in the Tokyo Olympics. Everyone knew that this was my goal and that this was my path. But there was this feeling of disappointment and embarrassment. And so I knew I had to leave it all out on the table to make the next Olympic roster.
What was that feeling like for you when you knew you were going to go to Paris?
That was the longest day ever when we found out the Olympic roster. We had practice in the morning, and then they gave a couple hours in between when the roster was actually sent out. I literally laid on the couch from 1:30 to 2:30 and just tried to shut my eyes and shut my mind off. I was very nervous, I was shaking, and opened the roster. I saw my initials, and I was like, oh my God, wait, LC, that's me, LC, I made it. It was just like, I can't believe I did it. Like, I can't believe it. Getting to make the calls after to all my friends and family, that was the most gratifying of the entire experience of finding out, was like seeing everyone's pure joy and excitement for me. People have been on the journey with me this whole time. I hear the rest of the house like, yeah, she did it. Wow, like, you did it, kid. You know, that was all I needed to hear. During the first match of the Olympics, I was in and out with the dub sub, and just sitting on the bench, my back started really tightening up more than normal. And I'm like, this is weird. Next morning I wake up, I can't even bend and touch my knees. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now is when my back is gonna flare up and something's gonna happen. Missed the next two matches against Serbia and France. I just remember being really sad, but also, you're gonna have to literally take me out of here on a wheelchair for me to not be back in this jersey and with this team. I did not just go my entire career to have this be the story and be the end of it. It was the longest week of my life, but it would have taken a lot for me to not be back in that jersey. Of course, it would be fitting that I would be injured during the Olympics and have to come and fight back, but that was just another part of the story. Bringing home hardware was just the cherry on top. There's so many things that I'm grateful for that happened along the way. I just remember lining up in the tunnel after in our ceremony outfits, and we were just like, we did it. We're walking away with this, and it has been an absolute dogfight for the last 7-8 years of this journey.
Once the last ball dropped in Paris, I felt like I could finally take a deep breath and exhale. When you tell people, oh, I've been to 2 Olympics and I have 2 medals, everybody imagines the perfect, beautiful journey where you have so much fun and it's amazing and beautiful. And while that's the case for some people, the journey to the Olympics and through both tournaments have not necessarily been what I would have hoped for my own individual journey. I remember this summer just reaching a point where I had made the Olympic roster and part of me doesn't even feel like going. And that's a really weird place to be in.
The way that pro volleyball is overseas is you never get a break. If you do national team, like, you literally never have a break. You're going year round, and that's just like not sustainable.
I was still dealing with another injury. I had partially torn my UCL. As a player, your body is everything. And sometimes when you're dealing with an injury, it almost feels like the thing that you need most is working against you. To leave that tournament with a medal, I just remember feeling a sigh of relief when the game was over. I definitely hit the point where I needed a break. That's when I knew I cannot go on like this. Otherwise, I will end my career. The biggest thing for me to move through that was continuing to talk to my teammates, the ones that I was really close with. I remember having a conversation with Haley and telling her how I was feeling. And she was like, listen, you can't quit because I need you. And so if there's any reason that you're gonna stay, do it for me. That was really powerful because we just have a really special bond and a really special friendship. And I know when she says that, she means it. To be able to lean on a teammate and a friend in that time and have her carry me through those moments, I would not last in this sport as long as I have and as long as I hope to. Being able to look ahead and know that not only was I gonna have this large break, the longest break that I've had since I've started playing sports as a kid, to really rest and just reset, but to know that I was gonna be able to be a part of something new with joining Love. We have a brand new team, brand new girls, a brand new coach, in a brand new city, and we have the opportunity to make it exactly how we want it to look.
The last time I serving sub for this team was 2014.
Wait,
and there was a reason.
This in when you guys played Brazil?
No, in
Italy.
I love when you guys talk about the places that you travel. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get my life together, God.
Wow.
I'm here in Milan.
Yeah.
I'm here in Brazil.
Yeah.
I'm here in Italy. I'm just like,
I know Brazil is
Greece.
traumatizing.
I think when you live overseas for so long, and I'm sure many people who do can relate to this, it's this feeling of having two lives where I'm present in this moment, and then when I have to leave, I close this door, I tuck it away, and then I go live my other life over here. A part of you always feels somewhere else. I don't think I felt like I was back in America until we did like a whole whirlwind tour for that first week after Paris. Got to go to New York and do the Today Show and just so many fun things with League One. And then when I came home, that was such a hard experience because for 20 years of my life I've been playing sports, and I've always been told what to do and where to go and how much rest I need and all these things to prepare myself for what I do. For so long, I haven't had any real time off. When it finally came, I think I was just so depleted. I hadn't slept that much in years. I just didn't have the capacity to hold space for anything or anyone, including myself. There was definitely a period of adjustment, and then it was, what do I want to do during this off season? And a lot of that was really healing a lot of the things mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that I haven't given time or attention to over the last 10 years. I really just planned a lot of things that I had wanted to do. I wanted to go on a surf trip with my husband, so we went to Fiji, we went to Italy. I got to go to Iowa to see my grandparents and my relatives. I gave time and attention to people that have been in my life for a long time that I haven't been able to see. I think I told Bri halfway through, this is the first time I feel like I can breathe again.
Hello. Hi. Good. I'm glad the rain is like done.
I think that we're all battling. How do we show up and train as hard as we can to compete, to win, but then prioritize who we are as people? And I think a big word for me in this time, in the last couple of years, in this off season, has been finding peace.
Starting with a little off the top from the corners.
The one thing that helps me feel centered is being outside.
Little is you always want more.
When I got down to Atlanta, I wanted to find ways to be outside. And I used to grow up riding, so I found this stable and I've started to slowly ride again.
The thing Kelsey has that is her superpower with the animals is her calm and sweet demeanor. I'm sure you as an Olympian planning for the future, it's easy probably to get caught up in not really thinking about your day-to-day. I think horses want that from us more than anything, the peace and living in the moment.
The huge piece of the journey is doing what I love and giving my all to it, but then also knowing there's other parts that make me whole.
Thank you so much. I don't know what that is.
Stepping on the court for the first official love practice, it was very surreal. Walking out there, having just great energy, positive vibes all around, it was really special.
Good. What's up, guys?
Our quest for greatness is not about us being perfect all the time, but it's about how we respond. The sooner we learn and let something go, the sooner we're going to start recovering and moving on to the next point.
Let's work.
Let's work.
Woo, what a nice cutback. Nice ball, nice ball. Yep.
Being able to play in my city, in my home now, it's been really fulfilling and so fun. Seeing people at media days and how happy everyone is, it's contagious.
Yeah.
So what do your mornings look like between having to coach and now practice?
I would say now it's like obviously athlete priority, so I have to fuel, I have to have my coffee, be there on time, like getting my stuff done. For example, we played Minnesota on Wednesday, so waiting for games to get uploaded so that we can do scouting. One person's got to do their thing so that we can continue to do our thing, and it's fun, but it gets challenging at times.
Kelly Sheffield had reached out to me, head coach of the Badgers, who was also my coach when I was there as well. Kind of started putting the bug in my ear about wanting to be on staff and be a coach. And so we talked through it quite a lot over the past year in terms of what it was gonna look like and time commitments. I'm there almost full time. I'm going to practice here and then I'm heading to practice for the Badgers because once I'm in something, I'm in it 100%.
We had our one Big Ten championship after that. We were in the national championship a couple of years in a row. And so the sustained success, I think, is what was really cool and important for me to be a part of that. Where college volleyball and professional volleyball is at now, I think it's way higher than what it used to be. I just look at the type of systems people are running. It's really fun to see the game kind of evolve over time and how it changes. And I think the level of play as a result has gotten much higher and much more competitive. It's been really cool being able to work with this generation and work with these players and have the conversations of I am where they want to be. And so the steps to get there, what it's gonna take, what it looks like. And that's been very fulfilling to me, is being able to kind of help direct them.
What was it like when you stepped onto the court and started practicing again?
I think it was exciting to have the feeling of, oh wow, I did miss volleyball. And that's what I really wanted to feel. Not necessarily that I'm experiencing the sport again for the first time, but just that I get to come back to it with open arms instead of feeling like I'm being pushed back into it. I'm ready to embrace this season and get back on the court and having the tight huddles with my teammates and cheering people on, and I'm excited to experience that again. And so that was really refreshing for me.
It was our first day of 6-on-6, a little rusty, but it's good. It's like have everybody in the gym and see how we're like gelling together as a team right away. I think it's really exciting.
We get to be a part of something completely new, and we have the power to make it look exactly like we want to, so that we get to fall in love with the sport again. I've been here for a little over a week now, and it's really exciting to feel like I'm in this new place, I'm starting this new journey, and I'm planting roots somewhere.
Pass you by, just take every moment and let it make you alright.
I just remember getting out of the airport, getting my rental car, and driving on the highway, and I could see the skyline. It felt like I'm coming home, even though I hadn't even moved here yet.
This is my first place where it's fully my own. It's really weird going overseas and then coming home. In the summers, I'll have a roommate. Then I'll go visit my boyfriend and I'm always with him, or I go home and I stay with my family. It's been a long time since I've had a place where it was just me, myself, and I.
To have my friends and family just a flight away now is really comforting, but then to have girls on the team and they're really good friends of mine. I've spent a lot of time with Micah over the years and been able to get really close with her. It's really special when you go through difficult times with people and then you get the chance to also experience a really beautiful beginning.
Make you alright, just take every moment and let it make you alright.
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Are you rested? No.
No.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. That was so
no,
early.
it's okay. It's okay. But I didn't go back to bed because I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna like
Wake up again, yeah.
early. So I was like, I cannot sleep now.
I felt so bad. I saw your TikTok. I was like, oh no.
Yes, I was so tired.
Because I am a founding athlete for Love, I feel more of a responsibility to make sure that the girls have a good experience.
I'm ready for it.
When we first got the jerseys, it was like, oh, this is happening, it's real. The day I stepped foot on the court and meeting the team, meeting the staff, putting on our League One practice shirts, our practice spandex, it is very surreal to know that we were a part of creating this.
Feels good to be me.
I just want them to be able to get the most out of it.
Feels good to be me. It feels good to be me.
Okay, cute. Dear Love, I am so excited to train alongside you, and I'm so honored to learn from you and have you as a role model. I hope you'll have the best season. Cute. That's so sweet. I never saw myself as somebody who wants to coach or really working with younger athletes. That was never on my radar, but League One has given me opportunities to speak, to mentor, to be connected to the community. Those opportunities have opened my eyes. I really enjoy speaking with the younger generation and just hearing their stories, hearing what they're going through, knowing I've been where they are. That part is really rewarding in a way I didn't know I thought I would want to be a part of. For so long, all I've thought about is Kelsey, the volleyball player. And now I get to think about who I want to be beyond the court. And I have the people in my corner who are going to allow me to do that. It really feels like with League One, the world is my oyster, and I get to decide for the first time.
I'm going to share my screen here. But this call is specific, obviously, to Houston. And we'll hear from our president of Pro, who is in the black car service right now because she is visiting Atlanta, Rosie Spalding.
I shared this with the team in Atlanta, and I think it might be that you think you stand up to play W volleyball, which I know you have. We'll do plenty of that, but it's also much more than that. And we're really here to advance women and girls through the sport and to really make volleyball a major league sport here in the US. I'd love to invite you to think about mentors and guides that have created a positive impact on your lives, not just from a performance standpoint, but from the sort of deeper aspect of human-to-human encouragement and engagement, the people that have built you. Because it's really now our opportunity and your opportunity to be that person and give back.
In my head, I just see myself falling in love with the sport again, where I saw myself maybe wanting to kind of call it sooner rather than later. I think love is going to provide this spark for not only myself, but other players as well to want to continue playing and growing the sport and pouring into the younger generations. I don't think people realize in the States how incredible the sport of volleyball is. And it's so incredibly popular overseas and in different parts of the world. And I really think that women's sports is having a moment, and people are starting to really respect female athletes and the work that we're putting in and the product that we're producing. I hope that people could see the love that I've poured into what I do and how I treat people. I truly believe that's what's made my career so special. Love not only provides the opportunity to play volleyball in the States professionally, but most importantly, it provides the opportunity for us to give back and grow the game. And that makes me the most excited. I get to be the person that I needed when I was growing up. I think that's what I'm really looking forward to.
What do you see for yourself in the future beyond volleyball?
Gosh, where we're at right now is so exciting. There's so much to come from this league being here. After I'm done playing, I could definitely see myself being some type of general manager, being in that leadership role in some way, shape, or form. Could also see myself coaching. I think it would be really hard for me to step away from the game of volleyball, knowing that it is such a large part of my identity. It's been with me since day one. I think what I'm most excited about for this next chapter is continuing to do what I love, doing it in front of friends and family and amazing fans who are supporting this game. And I'm also really looking forward to this big picture that we're working on in terms of the opportunities and possibilities that it's giving young women in this sport, and just getting to play this game for a little bit longer that I love so much.